And so now I come to the 4 Ariyan truths. The first one is first Ariyan truth is about Dukkha, that all existence is Dukkha. This word Dukkha literally means difficult to endure, and it's often translated as unsatisfactory or suffering or sorrow. And it encompasses all these meanings and probably more. Now, life or existence means the presence of life force or energy in us. And energy, implies motion, change, restlessness. Energy never stays still, right? And because of motion and change, there is impermanence. Because of impermanence, all beings are subject to the continued process of birth, aging. Babies come out of the womb crying. If they don't cry, somebody gives them a smack on the backside to make them cry. Born is Dukkha. Aging is Dukkha. Sickening is Dukkha. And dying is the biggest Dukkha for most people. And there's no being with eternal life. Because in the Buddha's teaching, all that arises is subject to dissolution. Anything that arises due to conditions must dissolve due to conditions. So the other aspects of Dukkha is like being parted from loved ones is Dukkha, as you all know very well. Meeting with enemies, people you don't like, is also Dukkha. To lament over the past, what is already past and what wrong action that you did, you lament over it, that is Dukkha. And to worry about the future, that also is Dukkha. Not to have what one wants is Dukkha. It's very common. And to get what one does not want is also Dukkha. And not to have enough of what one wants is also Dukkha. To have what one wants but not long time enough is also Dukkha. Like many years ago, I saw on the papers, an old man about 80 years old, I think in America, he struck the lottery or lotto, millions of dollars. 80 years old, how to enjoy? That's also Dukkha. To crave for sensual pleasures that cannot be satisfied, that is Dukkha. To be restless and generally discontented is Dukkha. To be subject to our constantly changing moods is Dukkha. Now there are two kinds of feelings, physical and mental feelings. Physical feelings are defined in the suttas as those feelings that arise from a physical contact. From seeing, from hearing, smelling, taste, touch, from the body. That is physical feeling. Mental feelings are those feelings that arise from a mental contact, from thinking. So there are also two kinds of Dukkha. These are the two kinds of feeling. Physical Dukkha and mental Dukkha. Now, mental Dukkha, according to the Buddha, is not found in an Arya. In an ordinary person, the Pali word is Putujana, an ordinary person has two kinds of Dukkha. Physical Dukkha as well as mental Dukkha. He is stabbed by two spears or two knives. Whereas the Ariyan, the Arya, is only stabbed by one, the physical Dukkha. So, when we understand the Dhamma, then we accept things as they come. We understand that all things must change. That Dukkha is part of life. So when we understand that, we don't have the mental dukkha. Now, the physical dukkha, again, can be spoken of as two types. One that is avoidable and one that is not avoidable. The one that is not avoidable is like aging. Nobody can avoid aging, sickening, dying. That's the type of physical dukkha that even an Ariyan or a Buddha has to suffer. But the avoidable physical dukkha is that due to unskillful karma. Unskillful karma which harms others or harms oneself. So when we understand the law of karma, then we avoid unskillful karma. We don't cause harm to other beings and we don't cause harm to ourselves. So that is the aim of the Buddha's teaching, to minimize our suffering. To minimize our suffering. The Buddha's teaching is for us to understand what is skillful, what is not skillful. And from understanding what is skillful or wholesome and what is unskillful or unwholesome, in other words, good and bad, then we steer our path in life so that we walk the skillful way, the good way. And in the process of walking the good way, the good path, the skillful path, we avoid those unskillful actions that lead to unnecessary suffering, so that we have a minimum amount of suffering. And as we become more knowledgeable of the Dhamma, then we will come to realize if we want to end all dukkha, then we have to end this round of rebirths. Because existence is suffering. So as long as you are in this physical world, then there must be suffering. So the only way out of dukkha, in other words, even that minimum dukkha, if you want to eliminate entirely, totally, then you have to eliminate existence, which means you have to eliminate rebirth.